parts of a website that we'll learn how to get you today are, number one, an address so that people can find you on the web. That's your domain name. Number two, a piece of land so that you can actually build stuff online. That's your web hosting, and you can think of that like a flash drive or just some empty space on the internet where we'll do our creating. And number three, a house that can store all of our amazing content. We'll use WordPress for our house because it's the most popular content management system used by brands like Sony, Beyonce, Katy Perry, and the New York Times. This will be the exact steps that a professional web developer would do for you if you hired them in your town. However, because we're DIYing it, you'll get a lot more freedom and also save a ton of money. Use Hostgator to get your piece of land, also known as your web hosting, because they host the most websites. And we're going to use WordPress as our house. You don't actually need to download WordPress because Hostgator has tools that do that for us, so you don't need to know any code or anything. But it's nice just to browse the website and check out the community that you'll have full access to once we're done here together. Pretty cool community. All right, so let's start at GoDaddy. The first step is just to type in your domain name. All right, so let's say you search for this one, and this is what you don't want to do. Even though this is available, you don't want to put too many words in the domain name. Might be true in our case, but it's not going to work for the long term. No one can remember it. What you want to register instead is your name.com, which I've already done. It's a great place to start. Or if you can't get your name, maybe try your name followed by what you do. Something like that will almost always be available. Or maybe you have a really fancy, cool name like Twitter and you want to grab that. If you have any questions, we can always bounce around domain name ideas in the comments because I see tons and tons of them each day, some of which work and some which don't. So of course, sorry, twitter.com is taken unless you search for it on that exact millisecond in between when the registration ends and when they re-register it, or maybe they forgot to register it again or something like that, but that's unlikely to happen. So once you find your domain name that you want to use today, and I'll just do GardnerRyanWebsites.com as an example, then you can just click search, and you want to get to this screen right here where you'll probably already be, and you want to just click add to cart. All right, now we can click continue to cart. All right, so your domain name is not officially off the market until you actually pay for it. So we want to hurry ahead and get that done. So let's click no thanks here because we're on a budget, and you can always add this stuff later. Continue with these options. Great, so now we'll be on the complete purchase screen here, and before we buy, just make sure that your cart looks nice and tidy. Get rid of any domains that you might have looked for before. You just click trash, and then you're going to want to also change the term for probably just 1 year is a great way to start. All right, trash that one. Great, so the standard price of a domain name going forward year after year will be $15 a year, but we get this little discount from GoDaddy in the first term period that we buy it in. So if you actually change your term period for a longer time, you'll get that discount again in the second year. In other words, you'll just pay a discounted price now and then not have to pay that $15 per year until you have to renew it. Once you're ready, you're just going to click complete purchase, and I've already bought 6minutewebsite.com for us to build on today and use that one. So you would just click complete purchase, but I'm actually going to hop over to my domain manager because it's already been purchased. All right. So once you buy at GoDaddy and you click through this screen, you're just going to want to log in. When you log in, click on My Products right here. All right, and then click Manage All in the upper right, and you'll get your nice list of domain names. All right, here's the domain name we're going to use today, and I'll give everyone a few minutes. Just pause here so that everyone can get to this screen. Oh, Leroy, thanks for joining us. Fancy seeing you here. Okay, so we'll come back to this screen to connect our domain name to our hosting once we get our hosting, and that means it's now time to do just that. All right, so hop over to Hostgator now. That's HOSTGATOR.com. And once you're here, just click Get Started. All right, so like I said, I like using GoDaddy for the domains and HostGator for the hosting because they are respectively experts in their own trade. It's really cool. They host the most websites here. I've used them without any problems for my business for almost 10 years now. They are great for growing with your business, and they also have a really nice live chat feature here where you can actually get on an instant messaging chat with one of their experts and they'll talk to you as long as you want about anything hosting related. All right, so enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and pick a plan. All these plans are really reasonably priced. It's literally just pennies on the dollar. If you think of putting an advertisement on your website, you would just need to get 3 clicks on that ad, say it was a Google ad, to cover your cost of hosting right here in the Hatchling plan. Or you could just sell one product, like one t-shirt per month, and that'll then cover your cost of hosting and probably domain name too. So really pennies on the dollar. I like going with Hatchling plan when I start out on a new site because it's just the cheapest. And then if you can get the baby plan later, they'll let you do unlimited domains. So most people like myself upgrade from Hatchling to baby when we realize we want to make a second blog or host our parents' website, host the website for the pizza joint down the street or for the jewelry designer in New York or whatever else you want to do to expand your business. So let's go ahead and click sign up now and try out the Hatchling plan. All right, the HostGator order form is really easy to fill out, but I know I had a few questions on the smaller details when I did it my first time, so I'll walk you through all of it. So we can click I already own this domain name because we already bought one at GoDaddy, which is 6-minute website, not 6 minutes. And you got to enter in the extension too, like .com, .org, .net, whatever you got. And this way we won't pay HostGator anything for the domain name. All right, but you could also register a new one, and they have, all the domain names that any other provider has too. They're all here as well. Step 1 is done, so we'll move to step 2, and Hatchling plan is chosen. That's great. We're going to change our billing cycle. Oh, right, what happened? It jumped up to number 1 again. All right, so if it does that, just make sure you only have one domain name for now because we're on a budget, like we said before. And if it asks for domain privacy protection, I usually uncheck that. All right, cool. So we're going to come down here, continue with step 2, and change billing cycle to 12 months. 12 months, perfect amount of time to get a feel for your website and make a few bucks on the internet. Now just pop in a username and a 4-digit PIN, and we're done with step 2. All right. So by the way, like GoDaddy, the prices will get a little bit sweeter for longer registration periods, but that 12 months is a really nice sweet spot, so we can try that today. All right, we're going to come down, and I'm also going to show you a coupon code that'll save you more money, so that should work great. Enter in your billing info just like you would at any other purchase online. All right, just speeding things up for you guys. And now you can put in the credit card or your PayPal if you'd rather go that route. I just like paying with credit card always because then you get those points. And of course, debit card works too there. All right, scrolling down, guys. I know you probably can't wait to start making a WordPress website. Almost there. Now we're just gonna uncheck additional services in step 4. You can always get those later. Live chat can hook them up for you at any time. Or I can show you how to set them up, just with free tools as well, like WordPress plugins. And now we're going to enter a coupon code. All right, step 5. So HostGator's given us a coupon code that works really nice of them. It's kind of like their own little alligator coupon code that this guy gave us. That's snappy, by the way. But we're going to do a slightly better code that I know of, which is big, the word big, and then the word bonus with no spaces. And once you write that in, just validate it. All right, so I don't know if you saw it, but that green number here for discount went up. So we're now saving 50% on our hosting. It's kind of fitting that it's big bonus. You get like a big bonus of cash in your pocket instead of having to spend it today. So you can use that for whatever you want in the future, save it, invest it, buy some new cool WordPress t-shirts with it, whatever you want to do. This is the biggest coupon I know of. Of course, let me know right away if this doesn't work for you or if you can't figure out how to use the coupon for some reason. That is my coupon too, so that if you use it, I get a small credit from HostGator for referring you to them, which is really nice. That's just one way that bloggers and YouTubers can earn a living online by recommending cool products that we all use. All right, so that's just a little secret tip that you can do stuff like this too once you have a WordPress or a blog. And of course, thanks very much if you do use our coupon. All right, so just to explain the cost for you, you might see a different number right here depending on how many months you're registering hosting for. But just like at GoDaddy, the longer you register for, the more you're going to save upfront and in the long run. So the cost of hosting is about $10 a month, standard cost. But as you can see here, for 12 months, we're getting it for $53.70. So that's like well under $5 a month, just pennies on the dollar. All right, so that's how that works. And if you did want to just get hosting for 1 month, then you could try the coupon code Coffee Money, which will get you that first month just for 1 penny. All right, it's also our coupon code. If you use it, we get credit from HostGator. Thanks so much. Just wanted to make you aware of that option as well. But we're going to use Big Bonus here because it has a bigger effect when you get more months. All right, with that said, we just need to check this box here. And then in order to proceed with the tutorial and make a WordPress website and build our house, we just need to click this Checkout Now button. And then on the next screen, HostGator will say, thanks, welcome to the family. And then we're going to actually jump over to your inboxes because HostGator is going to email us the steps to proceed and connect the domain name with our hosting. All right, just wanted to give you the full picture of what we're going to do next. All right, so with that said, let's just click the Checkout Now button right here. Let's do it. Congratulations and welcome to the HostGator family. When you see this screen, it's now time to check our inboxes. All right, so in your inbox, you want to look out for 2 emails that you want to keep forever. If you're someone that deletes things, don't delete these 2 things. It's going to be billing and sales@hostgator.com. And if your emails look slightly different, that's just because they've probably updated the softwares and all that. Let's pause and congratulate ourselves because we're now done getting the address, step 1, and getting our land, step 2. All right, so you've done both of those. Great job. Just going to cross those off so we know what step we're on. Cool. And now we just need to do this one little in-between step, which is connect address to land. In other words, connect our domain name to our hosting. All right, and that we can do starting in our inboxes. So once you're in your inbox and you found these emails, if you didn't get them, by the way, just give it a couple more minutes and we'll kind of pause here and wait for everyone to do that. And you can also contact live chat at HostGator and they'll send it to you directly if waiting doesn't work. Check your spam, all that. Everyone should get these 2 emails. All right, so once you have them, open up your account info first. And we're going to see a bunch of good information, most importantly, first name server and second name server, which we have to enter in at GoDaddy or wherever you bought your domain name. All right, so it's pretty easy to do if you've done it before, but if not, it can be totally confusing. So here's how to do it. Just hop over to GoDaddy, make sure to log in, and then, like we did before, click on My Products, Manage All, and then find the domain that you want to use to create your website today. All right, so we're doing 6minutewebsite.com like we said, and we just want to click on these 3 dots right here. All right, or you could click on the link itself, but I like clicking on the dots. And now it's going to say Manage DNS or Domain Settings, and click Manage DNS. All right, now we're going to scroll down to where it says Name Servers, and we have to update these 2 with the ones that HostGator gave us. To do that, just click Change, and then change it from default on this menu. Click the menu and change it to custom. And now we have 2 boxes. Perfect. So we just want to copy the first name server, or you could just, write it out manually if you're old school like that. All right, the problem with pasting it is you can get the HTTP in there, which we don't want. It has to just look like ns some number.hostgator.com and no slash. And if you have different letters or numbers, that's fine. You very well might, because we probably aren't hosting our sites on the same server. You probably have your own server, but yeah, just make sure it starts with the letters and numbers in this format. All right, once your name servers are in there, all you need to do to connect your domain name to your hosting is click Save. Very cool. And at this point, GoDaddy is going to start updating information across the web, telling every browser that when someone visits your domain name, that it should go to your hosting. This can take up to 72 hours during propagation, but nowadays, the way servers are so fast in modern, developed environments, it usually takes only a small portion of that 72 hours. It's sort of like if you sent an email blast to the entire basketball team about a game time change and then called everyone right after you sent the email. Some people might know about it, some people might not be updated on the information. But if you waited an additional 30 minutes or an hour, then it's likely that everyone would be updated. And in the same way, the entire web is going to be updating to show your website when someone visits your domain name. But if you visit your domain name right now and you see something that isn't what you are intending on seeing, that's just because we're in this little in-between period of propagation. All right, so you see what I mean. Your domain name might show a few random things while everything connects itself. All right, great job, everybody. You've now connected your address to your land. You now own both of those things on the internet. It's pretty cool, and you're about to become a homeowner once we install WordPress. All right, so instead of clicking refresh a million times on your domain name, wondering why it's showing a blank screen or some advertisements, a better step I've learned is that we can go right ahead and put WordPress onto your site. And that way people won't see any random pages from GoDaddy or HostGator. They won't see ads, and you can actually put up your own ads and do literally whatever you want with your WordPress site. We don't need to wait. We can do that right now is the point. All right, very cool. So to get your WordPress site up and running, and of course we are on step 3 now, finally on the house step, we just need to go back to your inbox. All right, so head back to your inbox and open the email that's from billing@hostgator.com. All right, once you open the billing email, you're going to see a link to log in and then your email address and your password. And that's all we really need right now. So just click on the link that says portal.hostgator.com. And again, if your email is structured slightly differently, it's just because they updated their communications and made it all prettier. All right, so we're just going to click on that link. And we're going to use the credentials that they sent us to log in. All right, from your My Account screen, you can see all the packages you have at HostGator, as well as any support tickets, and just generally manage your entire account. For now, though, we want to hop over to the Hosting tab where we'll install WordPress. So click Hosting. And then you can scroll down and click Launch Quick Install. All right, clicking Launch Quick Install will actually take us to the HostGator control panel here, which used to be called cPanel. For those of you who may have had projects involving HTML or CSS or old-fashioned code, and you used a cPanel, this is kind of the new version of that. And then from this screen, we just want to scroll down and click WordPress right here, this box right in the middle. All right, very cool. So this is the free way to install WordPress and the way to DIY it. And we're just going to choose our domain name from this list. Perfect. We can see I have way too many to keep track of. Built a lot of sites for a lot of cool people. And then leave directory blank right here. Once you've selected your domain name, leave the directory box blank. Now is probably also a good time to mention that our in-house designer, John, is also offering this sort of service for you. If you install WordPress, which of course we're going to DIY for free, and then you have other needs, like you can't figure out your theme or you can't figure out how to build any one feature from the tutorials, maybe I didn't explain it well enough, then John can log in and do it for you. And I'll, of course, approve the changes and all that and make sure that it's all done right. So it's this sort of WordPress web design service, although it comes one step later because I'm confident you guys can install WordPress for you. We don't need to pay for that. That's just crazy. And we're more affordable. So pretty cool. And you can just send an email describing what changes you want help making to john@dearblogger.org if you're interested in that sort of service after you've installed WordPress, or before. But like I said, I'm confident you guys can get the installation done from helping so many people in the past. All right, so with this ready, domain name in blank, click next. Now it's time to enter in your blog title. So we have 6-minute website. Admin user, this will be your WordPress username. So when you write a blog post, it'll say by whatever you put here. So you probably don't want to put like tennisgeek9924 or, you know, whatever your aim was back in middle school. Of course, first name, last name. You can change this stuff later on, and make sure you get that admin email in there right, because WordPress will send you your login credentials here. All right, and then we're going to check this box saying we've accepted the terms of service agreement, and it's finally time to actually get WordPress going on your piece of land and on your address and make the WordPress website happen. All right, so HostGator is going to do all this code and techie stuff for us. We don't need to know a lick of it. We just need to click install. All right, let's do it. All right, so what all of you guys seem to like doing now is leaving the screen open. All right, so I recommend leaving it open just so you can be sure that nothing went wrong. It says installation complete, so that's great. That's the first thing done. And the next thing is, how do we get into your WordPress website? All right, so don't click on login and don't click view my installs. Just leave this window open, because if you click those, it's gonna take this window away from you. All right, so leave it open, and we're gonna go back to our inbox, and we're gonna make sure that we get that WordPress information from HostGator Marketplace. All right, so there she is. Click on that email, and this is basically a carbon copy of what you had here on your HostGator WordPress installation window. Same link, same username, same password. All right, so let's do it. Let's log into WordPress. Click on your admin URL, which is always just yourdomainname.com/wp-admin for future reference. All right, and if you don't see your WordPress login screen right here, that's just because the domain and the hosting are still connecting themselves. So when they're ready to go, you'll see a screen that looks like our login screen here at Dear Blogger with the WordPress logo and then username, password. All right, but we might have to wait a little bit longer. So now is a really good time to take a break. If you're, excited and you're really pumped up, then maybe you can sit at the computer and keep trying to get this screen, but I'm going to take a break because we've done a lot of work so far. I'm going to go on a hike, maybe get a snack, and then we're going to come back and, of course, leave everything open. Just leave your internet all here connected. We're going to come back and use our remaining time to create a WordPress website together with a cool free theme and so on and so forth. All right, so I'll catch you guys in a few. All right, I hope everyone had a good break and didn't just spend it scrolling through Facebook. But if you did, you're going to have an amazing WordPress website soon that you can share with people and blow them away on there. So what we're going to do is just click on our admin URL link again. And it's been a few hours now, about 3.5 hours, so I hope we can get our site up. All right, it's thinking, and boom, hooray, we got the WordPress login screen. That means we can safely close this other window from when our site wasn't working, and we can close literally every other window, including the HostGator WordPress installation from Quick Install. So we can just close the tabs, and that's great. We actually close the email tab, which we need. All right, and let's log in. So just copy your password. Oops, that's not gonna be much of a Google search. Copy our password, and then probably don't want to put our password into Google either. But we'll change that right when we log in. Paste in the password. Remember me is always good, and log in. And again, if you ever forget your login link or if you lose this email or something, It's just yourwebsite.com/wp-admin, admin. Alright, in any case, welcome to WordPress. So let's get it going. So right when you log in, WordPress will take you to your dashboard screen, which we're looking at now. And we can close some of the little notifications, like, we don't really want that model at the top of our screen. And we can also do the coming soon page here. So right now our site's like, if you look at the homepage of our site and you're logged in, to do that you just click on the button on the upper left that has the home icon. So if you do that, you'll see your site as you see it when you're logged in and working on it. This is like the content you publish goes here. But because we just installed a fresh copy of WordPress, we can go back to the dashboard and click there. Our site's actually showing a coming soon page, which is different. So I can open the site in incognito and it doesn't know that we're logged in. So this is how everyone who's not logged in, aka all your readers, will see it right now. Alright, if you like this screen, go ahead and keep it while you work on your site. This can hide the changes until you're ready to go ahead and launch your site and it's complete. But I don't really like this because it's the colors and the design, and it doesn't really match my brand. And there's just a lot of information on this page that I personally think could confuse readers. So what I like doing is just removing the page right away. And that's also an incentive for you, if you do that, to build the site quickly with our help. So we can do that by doing the click here button. Alright, now once you do that, everyone will see the site like this. And your site is wearing the WordPress 2017 theme by the WordPress team. It's good. It's got a nice picture of a cactus. Got one of those on the fridge, this little cactus guy, and it's pretty trendy. It's a good site, but we don't want our site to just be good. We want it to be great and stand out, because why not? And hundreds of thousands of people also use this theme. We want to be unique. So let's change our theme. To do that, we can go to the dashboard. Just click in the upper left up here. And now we can click on Appearance. And we're in the Themes library. So you can see the themes that your WordPress site came with right here. 1, 2, 3. And you can add new theme. Alright, and I want to search, although you might be enticed by these free themes from WordPress, like popular, latest, favorites, so on. I want to do a search for one called Ocean WP, because this is one of the hottest, most loved themes of the moment. And I want to show you how to use it because it's been proven and it's just darn right amazing. So to use it, you can just click the blue install button. And then you have to make sure to click activate. And just with the click of a couple buttons, now when we visit our site again, we've totally changed it and it's wearing a new theme. We just have to put in some content now. But there's a way to save ourselves time so we don't have to upload content just like a traditional web designer would. And you can still DIY. So I want to show you that way to save time. Let's go back to the dashboard again. And you can see how this little dashboard icon appears once we're on the site, because we're going to click to the dashboard. And then it becomes a home icon because then we click to home. Anyways, a little cute feature. So to save some time, I want to show you how to install a plugin, and that plugin is recommended by the theme. All we need to do is where this little notification says this theme recommends the following plugins, we can just click begin installing plugins. Super easy. Alright, and then we can click install under Elementor. This is free. Alright, return to required plugins installer. And then we can install Ocean Extra as well. Just make our theme a little more powerful. Great job. Now if you click on your plugins tab and scroll down, we can see Elementor that we just got. And we also have a bunch of other plugins that our WordPress site came with. It's a good idea to clean up this list to make our site run even faster, make it even more lightweight. And so let's do that together right now. So first off, I want to close the notifications at the top. Alright. We're going to close this one for WP Forms, close this one for OptiMonster, and close this one for Jetpack. Jetpack is if you want to use some of the features from WordPress.com, maybe you migrated, then it's a really good idea. All right, those are great plugins. We just don't need them at the moment, and you can always install plugins again, especially if they're free. There's no harm in deleting them or getting them later on. All right, now just follow me down the list so that we all have the same website to start building, and we all know where we're at if anyone needs help. So let's activate Akismet. It's a free spam protector. We'll, of course, leave Elementor activated. If it's got the light blue background, then it means it's activated. And then we can actually get rid of Google Analytics right here. Just deactivate it and deactivate it. All right, I'll show you how to set up Google Analytics for free in another video, so we don't need a plugin to do it. And delete. Okay. All right, now we're going to activate Hello Dolly. Hello Dolly is just a cool plugin by Matt Mullenweg, the very handsome, very talented founder of WordPress. All right, so now you get a nice little quote here, which is just kind of like nostalgic of the older days. And we're going to delete Jetpack. I don't know how that snuck in there. Deactivate first and then delete and then press OK. And we're going to deactivate Mojo Marketplace because we aren't going to pay for their themes right now. Delete. Ocean Extra, leave it. OptiMonster API, deactivate. Delete. And WForms Lite. So these are all amazing plugins that you might like at, your own discretion later on. Like I said before, we just don't need them at the moment, and it's good to have your plugins library clean. All right, so your site should have at least 4 plugins up: Akismet, Elementor, Hello Dolly, and Ocean Extra. And now we can proceed. Before we proceed, why don't we change our password though, in case you get logged out randomly. To do so, click on your Users tab, and then just click on yourself. Now scroll down, and where it says Generate Password, click it, and just pop in a new password. Alright, obviously make it stronger than this, and confirm it, and update it. Great job. Let's click the button in the upper left to see if our site has looked any different now, and it still looks the same, because we are really just doing housekeeping changes in the back end, although very powerful housekeeping changes. So now that we've installed Elementor and Ocean WP, we can change the whole look of our site, and we can hand select one of those beautiful layouts we saw me scrolling through at the beginning of the video when we were just flipping through them at the start. So we can actually pick one that's perfect for you. And to do so, click in the upper left. All right, and then you're going to click on your Elementor tab. Next, just click on Add New at the top, and just create a name that will describe the look of your new site. And just publish it. Very good. Now to actually make the visual changes happen, you need to click Edit with Elementor. Now here we are in our Elementor canvas, and we can easily drag in common website features from the left into the website as things would appear on the right. Very cool. Easy as that. Of course, we could make it even easier, which we like. We can delete that feature we just set up, and we can actually just add template. Let's click Add Template, and let's look at the beautiful, trusted designs that the Elementor people have made for us. And we can really start to see the beauty of using good plugins like Elementor and really good themes like Ocean WP. Call me lazy or call me smart, but I just love these looks, and I want to set one up on our website right now so that the world can see something beautiful and professional when your first visitors start checking out your domain name. Alright, so I think in the past we've used agency, but right now I'm really obsessed with personal. Alright, I'm going to do a search actually. I'm going to do command find personal, and then we have a few options: personal trainer, and about personal. I like this one a lot, but it's actually just an about page widget, which is totally fine. It looks beautiful. I love the layout, and maybe we'll fall in love with it. So let's click insert on about personal. Loading. All right, and now we get this really cool template right here. So we can clearly make the changes at the top. Just have to write in your own name, like Greg and Ryan. Change the picture because that's clearly not me, and so on and so forth. But to preview our changes right away, we can just click Update. Alright, next what we want to do is just open the site in a new tab in the browser so we can see how it looks. Alright, and the interesting thing is no changes were made because we made them on a different page. We're looking at our home page right now, and this page just didn't get changed. We didn't change it. So we actually have to apply the changes to this page. If we go back to Elementor, we can click on the stack of pancakes, and then we can exit to dashboard. And we can see that what we did there was we just made a template that can be used on other pages. So if we click on the Elementor tab again, we now have one template here. So that's great. We can use this in the future. But to have full control of our site, we need to actually make pages and then assign templates to them, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, just follow along for the next couple minutes and you'll get it 100%. To set up a couple new pages on your site, let's click on your Pages tab. And now we can just click Add New. And the first page you always make should be just the home page. So you might think we have one already, and in a way we do, but it really helps if you actually make a page called Front Page or Home Page, and then we'll actually make the edits within this page. And people will see them when they land on yourdomainname.com or whatever your domain name is. It just makes more sense to have the homepage of your site be an actual page in WordPress instead of just the default content that appears on your homepage. Again, bear with me. Alright, so once you set the name of this page, just publish it for now. Now we'll click Add New at the top one more time, and we're going to make a page called Blog. Alright, and this page will hold all of your blog posts in a nice, stylish, hopefully cool looking list of blog posts. So we'll publish that. Alright, now Add New one more time, and let's set up a page called Coming Soon. In case you're not done with the site, when you leave this tutorial, then you can just put up this page, and we'll set up like a pretty landing splash page here with some basic information for people. Publish. Alright, now let's click on your Settings tab, and let's tell those pages where to go. So if you click on Settings, then you click on Reading. Now we can decide what our home page displays, which is really important in WordPress. We want to click a static page, and then for home page, we want to actually just put our home page there. It might seem redundant, but that makes sure that WordPress shows the actual home page we create and not just this default content on the home page. And of course for post page, just select blog and make sure to save changes. Now when we refresh our site, we'll see some real changes. We just got rid of that default content. Great job. We also got a new edit page button at the top right here on our home page. So let's make use of that. We can click edit page, and now we can set up the look of our new home page using Elementor. So let's do it. Let's click edit with Elementor. And now let's click add template, which we love. We're going to be super lazy here so we can have more time writing content and creating content and, making a living with our site. And we're going to grab one of the home page templates here that Elementor has kindly made for us. Alright, so up to you, but I really like Study right now. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I love all the image overlays and the way the lines are offset, super clean lines, and I think stylistically it could really fit a lot of different sites and different niches that you might have. So for all intents and purposes, let's try Study. Just click on it, and then we can check it out real briefly. Alright, very nice, very pretty, and we can just click insert. Alright, it will take its time here. And so instead of just making a template before, now we're actually assigning it right to a page. So you can do either way on your website. But assigning an Elementor template right to a page will save you one or two steps. Now we can just update it. Alright, and now we need to click the pancakes and go back to the dashboard because we want to make a couple changes to the home page as it sits right here. If we view our site right now, we can see that we've set up Study, but it's not like fully committed to Study. It's just on the left-hand side of our screen, and we want to make this whole page Study. So come on back to our page editor, and under template, let's click Elementor Canvas. Let's see what happens then. Let's update it. And I think what will happen is that we'll make the page inherit everything from our Elementor Canvas, which is the Study template. Refresh it up. Beautiful. All right, now it's really working. So now the page got rid of all those other default WordPress features, and now you just show everyone this beautiful template. Great job. If it seems like it was too easy, it's because it was. And in fact, you deserve it because you already went through all the hard steps of setting up our address, our piece of land, our home, and all that. And now you should be having fun as your own DIY web designer. All right, so now that we know how to make a website and build this page here using the study template at Elementor, I want to show you some basic skills to customize the content and put in your own pictures, your own links, your own text, and so on and so forth. And these skills should apply to whichever template you chose at Elementor. And then if we have time later, I'll make a full tutorial for you guys on how to edit Elementor templates. So let's change it up. Let's click Edit with Elementor at the top. And the first thing I'm really focused on adding here is a logo and a navigation menu. So at the top, we can just click plus to add a section at the top, and then add new section. And we're going to give it a structure of a little bit on the left and a lot on the right. This looks good right here. And so now we need a logo for the left and a navigation menu for the right. So let's bring our mouse over to the search widget area and just type in logo. All right, so we have a custom header logo option, and we can just drag that in. Perfect, and click apply. And now let's do a search for menu, and we'll take the navigation menu element and drag it over to the rectangle, drop it in, perfect, and apply. So of course these are just placeholders because we don't have a logo or a nav menu yet. To set up the nav menu, just click on the WordPress icon or anywhere in the gray, and then it's going to prompt us to create some menus. So I want you to right click on this link and open that in a new tab so we don't lose our work here. Alright, and now in menus we can get started just by entering a menu name. So something like main navigation, and then click create menu. Alright, and this will of course help people navigate our site so they won't just see like a pretty landing page, they can actually get around to other pages too. So let's grab our blog page and our home page as an example and add to menu. Now we can drag them, so we of course want the home page in the far left position, which is at the top. And if you open the arrow, you can just change the text. So it's nice and simple. Perfect. Now we're just going to save the menu. Okay, let's hop back over to our Elementor screen, and now we've created some menus. So if we click apply, maybe it'll refresh the page. And now we can click on our menu area again. And from the drop-down, let's just select our main navigation and apply. Alright, and sometimes we pick the wrong element here because they have similar names and we're just getting used to all the elements that are available. So I want to actually delete this one. We can hover on the pencil and click X. Sorry about that. And I want to get us the other menu because it's got a lot more customization options. So that's custom menu. We'll drag it in. Alright, now we'll select menu, main nav, and it should come in nice and inline like that, side by side. Perfect. So that looks good, nice and simple, but maybe we'll bring up the font size a little bit to something like 16. Perfect. Click apply, and then lastly click update. Alright, now when we look at the site, beautiful. To set up a logo on your website, go back to Elementor, and now we're going to click on where we put the logo placeholder. Alright, so this is our custom header logo. It's positioned in the left. But we can see this element, aka widget, is just a placeholder to display the logo for the custom header style. So similar to how we did menus, we have to set up the menu back here in the dashboard, we have to set up the logo back here in the dashboard, and then we can display it right here on Elementor. Alright, and that logo will go in Appearance Customize. So if you follow me to where it says Appearance and click Customize, now we can get to the other sort of meat and potatoes main editing area in WordPress. So if you don't have Elementor, you usually do most of your main editing here. There's a lot of theme options that are stored here. Alright, and in our case we want to click Header and then Logo. and we want to put the logo right here. To get our new logo, I like going to Logo Maker, that's LOGOMAKR without the E.com. And now it's really easy. We can just click off, or you can watch the video. You can start by searching graphics. So, maybe we're sick of winter and we want to go with palm tree. Pretty cool. Alright, there are obviously a lot of palm trees to choose from, but we want one with coconuts, because what good is a palm tree without some coconuts to eat? And once you find yours, just click on it, and then you can drag to resize. Ideally, we want ours about 200 to 300 pixels, height and width, because then WordPress will size it down for us. And of course, we can change the color by clicking on the color wheel in the upper right over here. So you can just click and adjust to the color that you desire. Alright, that looks good. And of course, you can also click the T to start adding text, logo, name, anything you want. But in our case, just the icon is good, sort of like Apple or a brand that keeps it very minimal like that. Once you're ready, just click on the crop button in the lower right. Click enter to actually crop it. And now click the save, the floppy disk icon in the upper right. So doing that will give us option 1 and option 2. We obviously like option 2 better. And all you need to do is just click on paste this code, which will copy the credits for your logo. Then come back to your site. Click on pages, add new. And you need to create a credits page that you'll publish later once your site is ready to launch. Alright, so we can put that in the text tab here. Because it's got some HTML in it, you want to put it in the text tab, not the visual tab. And then we're going to publish it, and then just make sure to link it so the whole world knows the credits that were involved in your website. Alright, now back on Logo Maker, we're going to download and agree to give credit and name it. And save it. And now back in WordPress, in the Customize screen, not the Elementor screen, in the Customize screen, under Logo, click Select Logo, Upload Files, Select Files, and now let's just grab our logo from wherever we have our downloads, which is Documents. Just select it and then open it. Alright, WordPress will process your logo, and now we just need to select in the lower right. And you can give yourself a little more space here so you get the whole logo, and then crop it. And it'll refresh. Beautiful. Down below in max width and max height, we can actually shrink the logo so it won't go any bigger than, say, 100 pixels, or maybe better, even 60 pixels will fit in our navigation menu better. Perfect. You could also do the max height, but max width should control the max height as well. And we'll just publish our new logo. Alright, we made some pretty good changes there. Let's refresh the site and see how it looks. Beautiful. We just want to make that logo a little bit smaller so that our text is still aligned vertically here, because the logo is kind of creating too much white space below the navigation menu text. Beautiful. And you can also move these words around in your navigation menu, move them up or down in that white space by going back to Elementor and adding some menu padding or changing the line height. Should work as well. Alright. Pretty cool. We're now done with our logo and our navigation menu. And moving along in our little Elementor WordPress tutorial here, I want to show you how to customize each of these sections on your homepage, so that you have that confidence and that true understanding of how your WordPress website works as you make a WordPress website. And then we'll also add one new section below, and we'll add an advertisement on the blog page, because I think we mentioned that as a way to earn some income from your website and make back that cost of a domain name and hosting that we spent earlier on. And apologies if I'm getting a little cold here. Alright, so let's just make edits top to bottom here and go through the normal flow that an expensive web designer would do for you in your town. So as you see, we can click on an area on the site and the visual editor pops up on the left. you can either make changes in that visual editor, or you can make your changes right on top of the page by just clicking and writing. Same goes for the smaller text. And when you click on a specific area, it'll also tell you what sort of element that is. So we can see that the text, when we click it, is a text editor in the upper left right here, whereas the big text is a heading. And that gives you some hints if you want to recreate this entire section, what these individual features are and what we're working with. It's funny how the default text here from Elementor actually matches what I'm doing here, creating a WordPress website course. But I want to give you guys some text that matches your look and your website. So we can write, our goal is to empower you with blah, blah, blah. All right, some basic welcome text there. And you'll see that you get the full Microsoft Word set of editing tools here, because this is the full version of Visual Editor. So you can change the paragraph size, you can easily bold, italic, so on and so forth, and you can change the colors. You can click on this toggle toolbar and it'll give you more options, so then you can really make the text perfect for your own site like that. If we also click on style at the top and advanced, we'll get additional options. For example, the padding here controls how much space is above and below this text editor. So we could change that to a larger number like 40, and then you get more space. There you go. And so on and so forth. In a lot of cases though, the settings that Elementor creates for us in their widgets and templates will be good enough. Next, we can easily change the button. Just click on it like we did with the text, and then you can change the text. So right here we might want this to say, check out our services, but we don't have a services page yet. We have a blog page. So we could say, check out our blog to learn more. Pretty simple. We need a link so this button actually goes somewhere when people click it. And to get that link, you can just visit your site in another tab, and you can click to the page where it's going to go. Then you can click in the upper left right here. And I noticed one thing off. We have this index.php in our link. To remove that annoying index.php, which we don't want because we want our links to be simple, because Google likes simple, you can just click to the dashboard. Quick little change here, and then we're going to hover on settings and click permalinks. And then we're just going to choose post name. So just the keywords will be in your link that you choose in your post titles or your page titles. Save changes, and now our links are Google friendly. Great. All right, so let's check out that homepage again. Click blog. Click in the URL bar to grab the link. Right click copy. Back to Elementor, and we'll put that in a link and paste it over that hashtag. That little hash brown. Great job. You can also click link options and make it open in a new window or no follow, and Google won't look at that link. Pretty cool. Next in this section, we want to change our video. So this is a really cool intro to Elementor that they made for us. It's a couple minutes long, filled with great music and really exciting stuff. So we already have that at our fingertips, and we know how to do that now because we're watching the video here. And if you want to just change your video, just hop over to a site like YouTube. I'm pretty sure that Vimeo and other videos will work here, but we want to stick with YouTube because that's what we're familiar with. To insert a new video on your website, just hover on the pencil icon and click that, and you'll get this link here. All right, so we want to replace the link. We can easily go to YouTube, where I've already picked out a nice soothing background video by a nice guy named Ludovico Einaudi. You can search for Ludovico's video and click on it. And then all you need to do to put this video on your website is click on the link, copy it, and put that into Elementor right here. Just delete and paste. And we can see the video type could also be a Vimeo. And now the video will just automatically render and we're good to go. You can also change the display controls, like no player control, and so on and so forth. All right, let's update because we just made about 4 or 5 changes there. Great job. And now let's check out the site. Click back to our homepage by clicking on the palm tree. Great job. All right, so moving down on our page, we can see we have these nice Elementor sections here. And you might want to know what this section consists of before you edit. And to find out, you just hover, and then in this little blue tab on the far left, click on this little file cabinet logo. And that'll show you that this is a section, edit section. This whole space with the light blue outline around it is a section, if you wanted to create it again. And inside the section we have, if we click here, we have an icon box, which itself is inside of a column. And I'm just looking in the upper left on this magenta header up here. So we can click here, that's a column. Click here, it's an icon box inside of a column. And then on the left we have an image. Then if you want the settings of the entire section, like how to change this white space or put a background image in it, like over here, you just click on the little file cabinet and then click style, and then it'll show you what the background image is doing. So in our case, we have this image of two people drinking coffee here, doing some work, and that image is in the background. It just has a nice overlay on it as well, which is a setting you'll find in style. Go down and click background overlay. And you can see there's an overlay color on the image. All right, so just increasing your understanding there of this amazing study default template from Elementor. Let's move on with our edits so we can change the header here in the second section on our homepage. Who are we? There you go. To change our icon, we can just choose icon and change that up, although I think the default one is really cool. But there you go, there's an anchor. And then of course we can change the text. So that doesn't make complete sense with the who are we heading, but you get the picture. You can write whatever you want there. To change the image, really easy, just click on the image. And where it says choose image, just click on top of it. And then we can easily grab one of our other default images, or we can get a new image from somewhere like, say you wanted a default stock image. It's a great place to go is Pixabay. And we love using this image of the MacBook and the camera. But you can search your own image, like workspace is a really common one. Then you just choose the workspace, click free download, choose the size, and then click download. And make sure you're not a robot. Download it, and then you just need to do a little save here. All right, we can see that downloaded to my computer. And now we can go back to WordPress and just click upload files, select files. Find it in our downloads or wherever you like getting your downloads. For me, that's usually documents. Just double click on the file, it'll upload, and boom, just insert media in the lower right. All right, great job. This section is done now. We can come down and change up the teaching team. So maybe we just want this to say like our creative team. And like we did above, you just need to click around and identify the different type of element this is if you want to recreate this entire section. So we can click on the file cabinet at the top, see that this is a section. We can click on this file cabinet and see that this is a column. We can click on top of the wording and see that it's a heading. And that way you can reverse engineer this whole section if you want to create it on your own. However, there's another good option, which is just to duplicate it. If you click on this little double piece of paper icon, you can just duplicate the whole thing. Easy as that. All right, I think we'll leave it with Stella, Donald, and Gabby because you guys can figure out now how to change the image. You just click on top of it, click on the image, and upload one of yourself from Facebook or Twitter or Insta or wherever. And all the other text can just be easily clicked on and changed. To get those social media buttons working, you just need to click on top of the button, and then you'll have the list of social icons here. You can rearrange them like so, and then you can just edit them by clicking on it and then popping in your link. So you would just paste that individual social media link right here over what's written, and then update. All right, next we can change up this quad picture here in these quadrants. Using the same easy WordPress skills that we learned above, you just need to click on the text and then make your edits. And I'm falling in love with the Elementor demo text here, so we're going to use part of it. this one's got to go. If you ever want to link part of your text editors, just highlight it on the left. Alright, and this is an email, so when we click on the Insert Edit Link button, it'll understand that it's a mail to link, which is pretty cool. Or you can insert a normal link with the http:// and then click the blue arrow for apply. Alright, and I really do mean it. You can reach out to John and he'll go ahead and custom develop your site or help you if anything from our tutorials isn't quite working right, and I'll oversee the changes too. I just should probably give him a heads up now. And that could be John right here on his computer, and we love these images from Elementor, so we're just going to keep those. And come on down and edit the last section on our homepage. Most importantly here is the map, because we already know how to change the header and the text and this little icon box. Pretty easy to change, just like above. Just text and then an icon. But to change the map, you want to actually click on the pencil icon, and then it's going to be important to give a good address right here. So we've been working thinking about renting space here. So if I want to give this address, what do we do? Could we highlight it? Let's try to just highlight it. Okay, so that didn't quite work. So we can highlight it directly from Google on this location page. Just copy it and back in Elementor, paste, and then we'll see if it shows up. Alright, so WordPress is pretty smart and it found our location. Just make sure that you sort of use the right styling from the Google location pages. Alright, and then update. Beautiful. And then I should probably change the location here because we're not in London. We are in Minneapolis here. Alright, and we're just kind of taking advantage of the information that Google has already made for us, so we don't have to write in all this stuff again, which would be annoying. The BR in alligator tags is a line break, so whenever you insert this, it will go down to the next line. Alright, sometimes WordPress doesn't understand that that's a line break. You need to actually write in the BR. And those aren't our phone or fax, so don't use those. Alright, very cool. Let's update it. And now let's refresh our site in a new tab and check out the beautiful changes that we made together. Alright, but no site is complete without a footer, so to create a footer on our site, let's go back to the Elementor editor screen and click Add New Section. We're just going to keep it the full width, and then we're going to have a section here. And we can click on the pancakes, and then we can click on the back arrow and choose an element. So in our case, all we want is just a simple text editor. Just click to hold and drag and then pull it into our new section. Beautiful. Next, we can change up the text so it matches our brand. We'll just delete the dummy text and write copyright 2018 Dear Blogger Inc., which is our new company here. And then we're going to write all rights reserved. Alright, you can also do fancy stuff like the vertical bar and say like, web design by Greg Narayan if you want to give me credit on YouTube or something like that. Or you can do, images from Pixabay. And then if you want to create a link there, you just highlight it and then click Insert Edit Link, and then you can just get that link from the web and apply it. So pretty cool. We're going to delete that though. To get a copyright symbol, just Google it. And then you can just grab it right from the top of Google. It's the easiest way to do it, I've found. And pop it right in, maybe between the word and the date. Alright, very cool. Let's try to just update it now and see if our footer appears. I'll refresh, scroll down, and it does. Very cool. And if you've watched any of our older tutorials working with other WordPress themes, this footer was a piece of cake to create compared to those footers. We might just want to center that footer vertically, so like right now it looks like it's kind of higher up in the white space. So we can go back and let's click on the element itself, and let's click on the little file cabinet All right, now let's click advanced, and then let's change the padding on top of it. All right, and I have a feeling 20 should be good, but we don't want to link the values. So unclick that, and that way we can change the padding of the other parts individually. And update. Great job. All right, last but certainly not least, we want to put an advertisement on our site in a discrete location so that people might click it, and then we earn real dollars and real cents for the clicks and for the impressions. So a great place for that is our newly minted blog. And a great place on the blog is the sidebar. To add an advertisement to your blog's sidebar, just hover over the dashboard button in the top and click widgets. And this is like the old-fashioned way of putting in a widget. Let's open our site in a new tab also so we can see what we're editing, because we're used to seeing as we do it. And now we can just remove things like recent posts. Just open it, delete, archives, delete, comments, delete, and meta, delete. Categories is a good one to have in my opinion as a search, and as you get more comments you can put those other widgets back in. Refresh. All right, very good. And now to get that ad in there, you just need to have an AdSense account, which is free, and we have an awesome tutorial that's helped a lot of people get accepted to AdSense. All right, like I said, it's free to join, and once you do so, you just go through AdSense, go through the Google site like this, click sign in, and if you're logged into Gmail, it'll pop up your accounts. All right, and now we can see how I'm doing. So pretty minimal because I don't really put a lot of effort here. Although if you look at other blogs like Pro Blogger or maybe Daily Blog Tips, you could see some really impressive advertising numbers. All right, and now to insert an ad, you just click My Ads, and this section is where you can create ads, but I've already done so. So in Ad Units on the left, we can just grab one of the ones right here. All right, and I'd walk you through how to create a new ad, but that's super easy. You just click New Ad Unit and then decide if it's text or content, and decide the color, the border color, font color, all that, and then you just create it, and then it takes about a half an hour to start appearing. Pretty simple. In our case, blog content will work great. It's already created, it's already active and approved, so we just need to get code. And then you just click once and copy it, go back to widgets, and we're going to choose a widget, which is a arbitrary text. We're just going to choose text, choose right sidebar, and add widget. And then you click on the text tab because we're pasting in some HTML. And we just paste in that AdSense code and save it. Now when we refresh our blog, fingers crossed, we should see an ad, but we don't, because we have an ad blocker in the upper right, and we're going to get rid of that ad blocker. Don't run on pages on the site, exclude. And there you have it. It's a nice ad for a new Blue Yeti microphone that I just bought. Alright guys, so you now know how to put an ad on your blog using Google AdSense, and that can earn you some revenue depending on what you write about. Whether it's a more lucrative topic or something that people are willing to pay more for once they click through your ad, then you'll hopefully get paid larger and larger amounts for those clicks that your readers make and the impressions when they view your ads. It's really fun and it all adds up. Let's click on the palm to go back to the home page, and it breaks my heart to say it, but we're now done with this tutorial. You now know how to make a WordPress website in 2018 with all the latest themes, plugins, skills, and other tools that are necessary to dominate on the web. Hope you had a lot of fun because I know I enjoyed making this for you guys. If you have any questions or concerns or want to build anything else or just say hello, I'm always available in the YouTube comments. Can't respond to everyone anymore, but I do read them all, and every morning I do log in and try to say hello to you guys from our little Dear Blogger study over here. So I'd love to hear from you. If you have a free second, make sure to hit that like button or dislike it if you didn't like what we did here, and make sure to also subscribe, and that way we can make sure we stay in touch forever. Alright, I'll put up some related videos for you guys now, along with a cool exit song and maybe a link to the blog if I can figure out how to do all of that. YouTube is changing so much these days, but it'd be great great place to do work, and I'm honored to make videos for you guys right here. It makes me so happy, and I hope to empower you with the skills to blog for a living or use your website to make a living in whatever way you can imagine as well. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.